Today we're going to be talking about the digital oracle. Today we're going to be taking an esoteric look at Siri and Alexa. I want to talk about these two voices that have entered into the home. For years, people, listen to me. For years, I mean thousands of years, people have always looked outside of themselves for answers. But more importantly, today, we got millions of people, they're looking to hear a voice. It's a voice. Me saying a voice, that alone should make you stop and think. See, what you got to realize is some of the greatest changes in history, they often happen so slow, people don't even notice them. Think about this. One day something is new, a bit strange, but it's new. And just a couple of months later, that shit become normal. And then after that, people can't imagine life without it. That's just one of the ways that culture change. And this is one of the reasons that I say culture is just likes and dislikes. The digital oracles that we're talking about today, think about this. What roles do Siri and Alexa play in changing relationships between humanity and knowledge? I want to talk about that today because knowledge has always been known as power. We also know that the ones who control the people who go for answers has influence over how the people think. Think about what I just said. A long time ago, if someone wanted wisdom, they would go within, or they might travel to a temple. Think about this. They might even talk to an elder, go visit an elder. They might spend years learning from teachers. The whole search itself changed the person. Hear me out. Today, folks, we got many people simply just asking the machine. Okay? Think about that for a moment. The machine don't ever sleep. Think about this. Have you ever got up in the middle of the night and got on your computer, rolled over in bed, and grabbed your cell phone? Instantly, you'll realize it was never sleep. Now, if you don't touch it, sure, the screen will be black, but it ain't sleep. It's an old saying that we used to say when we was young, you playing possum. Y'all remember that? When you play possum, you're under the cover acting like you sleep, but you really ain't sleep. You ain't sleep at all. That's how your cell phone operate. It might be a black screen, but as long as it got some power and it's turned on, it's capable, is what I'm saying. The machine never sleeps. This gets so deep that the machine is always listening for its name. Siri, what's today's date? Siri, what we gonna eat today? Well, today we're gonna eat Brussels sprouts. We're gonna have you on a healthy diet. You're gonna be able to go outside and enjoy some of the fake sun. You're gonna be Siri, I'm just asking you what we gonna eat today. I don't ask you for all that other stuff now. I don't want to eat healthy, Siri. What about if I don't want to eat healthy? So another thing that I find interesting is that the machine always has the answer. It's always ready to respond. So it brings me to this, man. I'm a critical thinker. Now, if you ask me, that sound very different from technology. That sound different from technology to me. That sound much more like an oracle. Yeah, the digital oracles. So if you didn't know, throughout history, folks, nearly every civilization had a form of an oracle. People asked questions, and the oracle gave the answer. Think about what I'm saying. Whether those answers were wise or foolish, I know. I already know. I know. Yeah, the oracle didn't know everything. I'm going to be honest now. The oracle is wise, but it don't know everything. So whether the answers was wise or foolish, the people accepted the oracle. And they accepted the oracle as something greater than themselves. If we look at the day, we ask different questions. Check this out. We ask questions like, what's the weather? Play my music. You see where I'm going, folks? Tell me the news of the day. You see the type of questions that people are asking today? What should I buy? What should I wear? What am I gonna eat today? You talking about, come on, what's the answer? I'm just trying to say, little by little, habits form. Not just asking no questions, but you asking the same voice. You know, in esoteric traditions, I'm trying to tell y'all, often teach that habits become rituals. So I'm going to ask y'all again, what's going on with the voices that have entered into the home? Alexa and Siri. What happened? I'm going to tell you like this. Millions of people repeat the same ritual every day. I'm going to tell you the pattern that I noticed with Siri and Alexa. The pattern that I notice is that both of them have female undertones, female notions, female voices. Why were many early digital assistants, because that's what they are, digital assistants, why were many of them given female voices and names? I'm going to give you the answer. Even though I asked you, could you answer me that? I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. I'm going to be nice. See, the whole thing is that across many ancient traditions, wisdom was often pictured as feminine. That's in a nutshell. Wisdom was often pictured as feminine. And it ain't because women own wisdom. It was because wisdom itself was symbolized as something that gives birth to understanding. Do you see what I'm saying, man? Do you understand what I'm saying? The birth of understanding has a woman notion. It has a woman tone to it. It has a woman intertwinings to it. It has a woman lineage to it. So you got to understand, when this calm female voice becomes the one that answers every question, because it answers every question. When that calm female voice answers every question, that whole thing becomes a modern oracle. Not a goddess, not a demon, a symbol. What I'm talking about, a symbol. Symbols have power, folks, because they speak to the mind without words. Every civilization used a symbol to shape thought. Don't you ever forget that. You might need to write that down. Every civilization used a symbol or symbols to shape thought. Now think about these symbols I'm finna tell you. A flag. Yeah, a flag. A clown. A cross. A pyramid. A circle. A handshake. None of these objects have power by themselves. Did you know that? None of them have powers by themselves. It's the meaning that people give them is where the power comes from, is what I'm trying to tell you. And the same may be true for artificial intelligence. Machines do not have to possess spirits for them to influence human behavior. If the machine changes your habits, listen to me, if it changes your routine, if it changes your thinking, it can slowly start changing your reality. This is how influence works. Quietly, it's patient. It don't have force, okay? You need to remember some of this stuff. Power itself rarely announces itself, and I've said this before. It becomes useful first. And after the using it, it becomes a necessary. And after the necessities, then it comes unquestioned. Do you hear what I'm saying? Did you hear what I said? It went from useful to necessary to being unquestioned. We see this pattern appearing throughout history, people. People be gladly trading in effort for convenience. They trade their memory for a search engine. Real navigation for GPS is where we at with it now. We don't want to be navigators. We just want to use the GPS. The navigation of the mind has been forgotten and has been given over to the GPS. We've changed conversations for texting. Nobody wants to talk on the phone anymore. Just text me. Can you feel the text? You know how if somebody texts you something ill will, something negative, you can feel it through the text. The text has taken over the conversation, but it's speechless. What an oxymoron. What a paradox that we stay in. The text is speechless, but it hurts. that they said that in the text. They're overseas, but it still hurt through the text. We've traded thinking for algorithm, or should I say algorithms, because it ain't just one, it's many. Eventually, folks, what I'm saying is that we've begun to trust the machine more than our own observation. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.